Today is January the 11th, 2012, and it's been 4 years since the death of my son Daniel here in Bathurst, New Brunswick, when he was in a 15-passenger van coming home from Moncton, playing a basketball game, and I just want to let people know what changed since the death of my son and the 6 other young boys that were in Bathurst High School. And I'll have to say that we had a coroner's inquest into the death of our boys, and there were 24 recommendations, and there's one recommendation to have a Class 2B professional driver drive the multifunction activity buses to drive students to extracurricular activities. And still today, after the inquest, our government still didn't take the initiative to implement that recommendation. And they have Class 4 drivers that drive these new multifunction activity vehicles that have been CSA approved since 2008. So we're still here today, our Van Angels group, pushing our government and hoping that they would implement the recommendation to have Class 2B drivers drive the multifunction activity buses. The reason why is that when there's a coroner's inquest, they strive for the highest recommendations to have the best safety that they can have for, in our case, students traveling for after school. And they don't put emotions or a budget or they just strive for safety. And I'm still wondering why our government didn't implement that recommendation yet. And a Class 2 driver with a B endorsement, they have to renew their license every 2 years. They have to do a criminal check. They'd have to do a medical. They do a driver's abstract on them. They do refresher courses every year. And they drive yellow school buses for children every day from 8 to 4. And they're qualified and they're professional drivers. And they know what to do. They don't have to be told what to do. That's their job. And with a Class 4 driver, they're volunteer drivers that have a regular work day of their own, and they're volunteering driving these new multifunction activity buses that look like a yellow school bus. And they only have like 4 hours of online classroom training, and they don't have any online, no driver's training behind the wheel. They don't have to have any medical. They don't have to renew their license. Once they have a Class 4 license, that's the only license they have. They don't never have to renew it, and there's no training for them. And they're kind of like a driver that is going to be like a turnover driver. You know, they might be driving for 2 years, then they have to get their license, then they have to take another parent would have to take another test, and then it just goes on and on and on. When you have these Class 2B drivers that don't have to do these tests they don't have to be told what they have to do. It's their job. And with a Class 4 driver, you know, they might have one, like I said, you know, they're a turnover, and it's very important when you have a Class 2B driver's license that they know what they're doing when they're driving our children on these new multifunction activity buses made like a school bus. That's a please.
It's so cold. My hands are so cold. I couldn't turn it off. Wait a second.